Welcome class to today's lesson. We are going to continue from where we left last time, and today we are going to deal with the second topic in the elements of human resource management. And today we are going to look at the role, stroke, functions of HR manager and HR department. So now the spirit of human resource management is fully learned in the human resource department, and the custodian of those activities, it is the human resource manager. So meaning, if we are going to deal with HR activities, then we need to fully understand who is the human resource manager. And if we understand who is the human resource manager, then we also need to know what are the roles of these individuals in terms of performance of their day-to-day activities. Because we are being reminded the human resource activity within an organization is very pivotal in the organizational success or maybe dispensation. So if it is pivotal, then we need to fully ask ourselves, what does the human resource manager do? And if it is so, what does the department where he or she is the custodian find itself within the organization? So the person plays a pivotal role in ensuring that the organization is able to achieve its predetermined objectives. We are saying so because it is this avenue where we shall procure all human resource activities, or maybe all the human resource individuals who are going to be able to be put into the organizational dispensation. So there are several roles the human resource manager is going to perform. And these several roles purely also define what the HR department does, and it is synergizing what the HR manager does. It is usually destined, or maybe it is always confined in the human resource department, because if that is the avenue where all those activities are being undertaken, then we now fully know how does the human resource manager come into this perspective. Point number one, he or she plays the advisory role. And this advisory role, it is to the top management in terms of procuring the human resource elements that are required in the organization. Because we are saying all the human resource activities are domiciled in the human resource department, then this element of advice, he or she is the one who will always sit down in terms of what are the expectations of the organization in terms of the human resource, or maybe the workforce or the manpower, and therefore be able to move in the perspective of what is duly shared. The second role is the proacting role. Now, within the organization, we always do experience some grievances every now and then. And these conflicts and differences between employees and the management, the person who is like in the middle of this is the human resource manager. And therefore, they are the ones who are supposed to try and take care of what the employees are going through and share it with the management, or what the management are going through and share it with the employees. Number three, it is the welfare role. When employees converge in an organization, they are human beings and they are subject to some social amenities. They want recreational activities, they want maybe areas of engagement. So things like canteens, maybe restrooms, hospitals, and other related activities like places of worship, then they are the ones who are supposed to try and put these across and ensure that their activities are well put into perspective. We have the developmental role, which we've seen, or which we always look at it in the perspective of training. Because when you acquire or procure the services of different individuals in the name of being employees, then automatically they are always going to look at you as a person who is going to develop their day-to-day engagement or day-to-day activities. Number 5, it is the mediator role, meaning whenever there is a grievance, whether between employees or between any party within the organization, then this is the person who comes in to try and make sure that there is ceasefire and people are moving in the right direction very swiftly without a lot of issues or a lot of maybe problems across the point. Then we have the social upliftment role. Now, sometimes these employees go through some personal problems or personal issues, and the person who can lend an ear to these issues, it is the HR, because by bringing them on board, it's like you are playing the role of a parent. And if you are a parent, then the problems befitting or the problems affecting your siblings or maybe your kids, they always squarely lie at your doorstep, and therefore you need to make sure that you are putting them into perspective. There is the counselor role. Still on the same, some employees go through hard times. Like currently we have the corona epidemic where people are losing jobs, others are being sent home on maybe leave, and they don't know what they will do next. So such individuals usually have a problem in terms of their day-to-day activities, and therefore it is prudent for the HR to try and give them hope that despite the tribulations, we might later emerge victorious. Spokesman role. The mouthpiece of employees in an organization, it is the human resource manager, picking all issues affecting employees in terms of pay, in terms of welfare, in terms of anything, and relay these to the management. And even also picking from management and also sharing. So he's the one who becomes more like the spokesperson for them across the point in terms of their expectations. Number 6 is the motivator role, which comes from the word motivation. The only person who can motivate employees, because he or she is the one who invited or brought them or acquired their services, it is the human resource manager, and this individual is going to undertake all the required activities to ensure that whatever is duly or fully expected, it is something that is going to be very positive or maybe very good, so that they don't lose on whatever is coming across. There is the procurer role, and this procurer role we go to acquisition through the vigorous recruitment exercise, which is going to ensure we have not only qualified, but we have the right quantity of staff in the organization. Number 2, it is the role of change agent. Changes are inevitable in any sphere of influence. Therefore, if we don't want people to resist change, then it is the HR person who makes sure that you are able to infer that confidence in the employees, so that the moment these changes are going to be coming in, then there is no problem or there is little in terms of their problems or maybe whatever they are looking at it. Then we have the maintenance role, meaning keeping an eye on the day-to-day welfare of such employees and making sure that they are not in one way feeling lonely or feeling on their own, or maybe doing things that they cannot be able to explain to themselves. There is also the dispute precaution role. That one simply tells us preventing. So this is like trying to understand in advance what might affect the functioning of employees, or maybe the smooth running of organization courtesy of the employees. so that in case you envisage something in advance that might be an impediment, then you deal with it well in advance and perform it very, very swiftly. Then we have the executive role, and in this is on the issue of policy making, especially in line with the HR management activities, so that you are going to amend, you are going to also do away, or you are going to formulate new policies that are there to promote the coexistence of employees. Decision maker role, you are like the eyes of the organization in terms of performance of activities, because all these people who come into the organization, they are coming to perform activities, and the entry point, it is the human resource department, courtesy of the human resource manager. So meaning 90% of decisions in the organization, even if they are made by different departments, it is with the blessings of the HR office, because all those employees fall under the ambit of the human resource. Then there is the coordinator role, meaning ensuring activities into the organization, they are running smoothly, they are running as per the predetermined policies or predetermined programs, and nobody is going outside or is going against those ideal expectations there. Then we have the strategic role, which is ideally going also to be in the same perspective and share what is duly expected to them. So if you are to be able to strategize and ensure whatever is being done, then we give this banner to the same person or maybe to the individual across the point. And lastly, monitoring role, ensuring that what you initially gave to the employees, it is what they are executing, and they are not doing anything different from what is ideally expected of them, and other key initiatives across. So on the periphery of responsibilities, there is the issue of recruitment and hiring, so that the banner of all these activities falls onto the shoulders of the human resource manager, and make sure that it is in the spirit of what is expected. Training and development, it is also to their level, so that they are able to come forth very swiftly. Plus many other enlisted items there which are more related to what has been given for. So for today, we can end there, and God willing, we shall be able to proceed from there. If there is any question, let us render it on our platforms. Thank you.